Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love and Life, the channel that shares knowledge for holistic personal development through great books. Have you ever gotten angry over something small and been told you're too sensitive, that it was no big deal? Do you often find yourself irritated by trivial things, and even you feel it strange? Or are you frequently misunderstood but too afraid to speak up, so you just sulk in silence? These small things in life don't trigger us because we're hot-tempered, oversensitive, or prone to outbursts. They flare up because we haven't yet understood what our needs really are, or how to meet them. Two German therapists, in their classic psychology book, jeder Mücke, steckt ein Elefant, every mosquito hides an elephant, point out that the true cause of our emotions isn't the tiny mosquito events, but the gigantic elephants hiding behind them, powerful feelings that signal unmet needs. We all long for emotional steadiness, yet after we explode, we regret it and blame ourselves. Why do I keep losing control and staying mad so long? We admire people who rarely lose their temper and label anger or irritability as bad, something to be eradicated. Even the calmest among us have moments we can't stay composed. Then we feel shattered again and again, wondering, am I a bad person? Is something wrong with me? Please don't judge or condemn yourself. No one gets angry for no reason. Emotions never appear out of thin air. When we're angry, complaining, or anxious, it isn't because we're inherently hot-headed or oversensitive. It's a normal human response to friction. What we need isn't to eliminate emotion, but to find the elephant behind it, uncover our real needs, and reevaluate our life. That is how we learn self-mastery and live more peacefully and happily. Find the giant emotional elephant hiding inside you. In psychology, needs are fundamental. Maslow's hierarchy reminds us: physiological needs, food, sleep, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. When a situation aligns with us, we feel joy because a key need is met. When needs go unmet, negative emotions arise. The elephant is the manifestation of unmet emotional needs. Therapists have summarized 7 common elephants that hide in many of us. I'm afraid of losing protection. I feel disrespected. I can't set my boundaries. I want to be valued and cherished. I feel I don't belong. I'm always the one who yields. No one cares about me. These 7 are typical inner states most of us experience at different times. Most of the time, your elephant is asleep, but a single mosquito will wake it instantly. Mosquitoes are those small events that trigger big reactions. A parent's grumble, a partner's criticism, a boss's remark, a coworker's shifting blame, someone's snide comment, and so on. How do we spot the elephant behind them? Start with the mosquito. A mosquito bite hurts. That pain marks a tender point in the soul. It activates your self-protection program, an instinct we all share, which tends to take 2 forms: avoidance or attack. If you avoid, you try to escape danger like an ostrich burying its head, knowing it won't help. To dodge conflict, you might shoulder the blame, submit unconditionally, or people please. If you attack, you may lash out, criticizing, icing someone out, complaining, belittling, or even manipulating to force your needs to be met. Self-protection easily warps our objectivity and reason, leading to extreme behavior and anger at others. Why? Because we handle problems through the lens of our life experience. Your history, your sensitive spots, fears, wounds, expectations, and defense habits becomes part of your heart. It's why you react so strongly when a tender point is touched. These are the basic steps to notice the hidden elephant. But they're not easy. Our childhoods differ, as do our wounds and expectations. To find your elephant, you may need to revisit specific experiences. For deeper pain, a therapist can help. My hope is that today's book gives you a way to begin. To notice elephants through the tiny mosquitoes of daily life. Only then can we move to the decisive next steps. Below are some typical cases to help you reflect, begin self-healing, and identify the elephants hidden in your heart. Soothe the elephant of resentment. Learn to prioritize your own happiness. This elephant hides behind the belief, I do so much and they don't appreciate it. A common scene. Anna, a homemaker, has been married to Peter for 3 years. They constantly clash over housework. Peter tosses dirty socks in the living room. To him, it's a tiny mosquito. Why make a big deal? But for Anna, it awakens a giant elephant. Each time she sees those socks, her first thought is, it's always me who cleans. I'm not his maid. Did I get a degree just to tidy up after him? The conflict isn't about socks. It's about old wounds and expectations. As a child, Anna felt pressured and neglected, doing chores and caring for her sister, hoping for her parents' approval. That pattern of self-sacrifice for recognition took root. As an adult, she sacrificed again. Moving to a new city, marrying Peter, not finding suitable work, pouring herself into the home, without support, appreciation, or shared effort. A massive elephant of pent-up grievance lay in wait. So many of us sacrifice hobbies, careers, time, even ourselves for someone else. But total sacrifice can become the grave of a relationship. Too much is no good. Enough is healthy. Total self-denial and total selfishness both snap the rope. Instead of stopping all giving or continuing to stew, prioritize your own happiness. That isn't selfish. It's honesty with yourself. Anna learned to name her true needs. Peter agreed to support her as she prepared for a suitable job. They discussed and divided chores and made time to reconnect. Anna also kept 1 day a week just to rest. No plans, no pressure, doing whatever she wanted. In any relationship, don't trade your true values for scraps of approval or hoped-for love. Prioritize your happiness. When you are genuinely well, you're capable of building and maintaining a healthy relationship from the solid ground of being yourself, with quiet peace in your heart. Soothe the elephant of anger at disrespect. Learn to love yourself. Case: Stephen rages because his car was scraped. He hunts down the other driver. The person is arrogant. The damage is minor, but Stephen stays furious for days. His deepest pain isn't the scratch or the rudeness, it's a core belief. People must respect me. The other driver's arrogance triggers helplessness. He can't force respect. This echoes his childhood, feeling inferior because his family's status was lower than the neighbor's. That inferiority etched itself into his psyche, fueling his hunger for recognition. Stephen habitually provokes, argues, and seeks victory in words. He props up self-esteem with cars, homes, designer clothes. Yet none of it satisfies. These pursuits only hide a painful truth. He has never truly loved himself. As Adler noted, inferiority feelings can motivate growth, but an inferiority complex destroys meaning and happiness. Stephen's complex chained him to others' approval, like a bottomless jar. Pour in as much as you like, it never fills. His anger over a scratch is a signal. He must face the wound, his disappointment at himself, the unhealed child within. The answer isn't to extract respect from the world. but to meet his own gaze with kindness, seeing that his worth isn't built on possessions or attention. Only when Stephen starts liking himself, without anyone's permission, will his elephant calm. Then he won't need to win with sharp words, nor cling to small slights for days. Soothe the elephant of appeasing others. Learn to speak your truth. Lisa and her husband live in an apartment. Late one night, a neighbor bangs on the door angry. "You're drilling at this hour." Lisa quickly apologizes. "I'm sorry, but we don't have a drill." The neighbor stomps off, muttering, "Then it's the flat below. So inconsiderate." Lisa is shaking with anger, silently praying the neighbor believes her. She complains to her husband. He suggests clarifying things the next day. She resists, yet remains upset. To him, it's a minor misunderstanding that will pass. He doesn't understand why Lisa can't let it go. Because for Lisa, the mosquito awakened a giant. Her first response was to apologize, then explain. Why? She fears conflict, fears the neighbor's displeasure. Many of us are like Lisa, terrified of making people unhappy. Even when something's unfair, we won't speak up. We default to appeasing, or we refuse requests but can't say no. A lifetime of appeasement is self-destructive. It ends in explosive anger or implosion, depression, confusion. We must ask why we fear displeasing others. For Lisa, it traces back to childhood, a home short on love and safety. Her mother dreaded conflict with her father and taught Lisa, "Don't make Dad angry or we won't have peace." When Lisa once stopped her father from striking her older sister, she decided, "I mustn't be like her. I must give up my own will and comply to be loved." Appeasing became reflex. What to do? First tell yourself, "I'm grown now. I can stand firm. I can provide safety for myself when someone wrongs you." Express anger, not act it out. Lead with empathy, then speak truth. In Lisa's case, the sound of a drill is indeed piercing. It reminds me of the dentist. But before concluding, please check whether we actually have a drill. There's always a risk of rejection when you state needs. But if you recognize your inner strength, rejection becomes a mere mosquito, not an enraged elephant. That's how the people-pleasing self matures. Don't swat the mosquito. Embrace the elephant. Few of us were raised in perfect homes. Negative experiences accumulate and form the giant elephant many carry for life. Picture a child who feels unfairly treated next to a younger sibling, told, "You're the older one, let them have it." Or a child bullied at school, told, "Just go to class, ignore them." When real feelings aren't welcomed, children learn to deny them. My feelings are wrong. I must meet others' standards to earn attention. Gradually, they stop sensing their own emotions and become hyper-attuned to others' expectations. Kant wrote, "A person is never a means to another's end, but an end in themselves." Suppressed feelings become hidden pain points that last a lifetime. Without those pain points, Stephen's anger would fade quickly. Anna and Peter wouldn't fight over socks, but discuss real needs. Lisa wouldn't lose sleep over a neighbor's mistake. And you wouldn't drain yourself over trivialities. No more attacking with sharp words or hiding from every conflict. Go back to your childhood. Heal the timid, grieving child who fumbled for love and approval. Hold that child tight. Offer yourself love and courage. Tell the truth. Be honest with yourself. Grow your inner worth. Thank you for listening. If you found this video helpful, please share it with those who need it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to catch our newest weekly videos. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.